Welcome back. A few days ago, I played the new September bots on chess.com, and I had a really hard time beating the first one, the lowest rated one, at 475. I think it took like 86 moves. And then by the time I beat the second one, I didn't have enough time to play the third one. Today, instead of just playing the third one to make up for that, I'm going to play the first one again and hopefully do better at it this time. If you're not familiar with my channel, I'm not a chess coach or a chess superstar. I'm just a random person who enjoys the game, and I would like to get better at it, but we'll see how that goes. The September bots in the year 2025 are the chess pieces, the pawn, the knight, the bishop, the rook, and the queen. I only did the first two last time. I'm going to do the first one again. This time I will play with the black pieces, and we will play the French defense and see if we can notice where the bot messes up. And hopefully I can take a better advantage of it than I did last time. Okay, we're going to do the knight thing. I can't remember if I'm supposed to take the pawn or push c5. I honestly can't. I'm going to take this pawn here and then push c5? Or should I just get this knight out? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm going to get this knight out and see what they do with that pawn there. Oh, they've pinned the knight. Okay. Well, then I will unpin it, and oh, they've given up this pawn. I think they've given up the pawn. I'm going to take it and see what they do. I assume they're going to take this bishop. They did. Okay, then I'm going to take back and see what the bot does. It moved its queen. Okay. Let's see. My knight is defended currently. I could just go ahead and castle and have my rook here behind my queen. That would be interesting. Maybe. Or I don't know what I should do. I maybe should start getting some of these other pieces out. Well, let's defend the knight with this pawn, and then maybe get some of these other pieces out. Oh, they've checked me with the knight where I can just take it. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is the bot's early blunder. I don't know if anything before that was a mistake or blunder, but now I'm up a full piece in addition to the pawn that I got up here. Okay, well now I am going to get this bishop out, and then I will castle. Depending on what the opponent does. Okay, they have played that. I can castle to either side. I think I'm going to castle king side just because I'm more accustomed to that. And their king has moved over. Wow. That cannot have been a good move. I guess I could check with the queen, and that gets, the knight unpinned. I think they would either have to block with the queen, which would be really bad, or have to move the king again. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't check just yet. Maybe I should attack the queen and see what happens, where it goes. Where is it going to run to? It moved back one. Okay. Well, now I am going to check with the queen. I think, again, they have to block with the queen or move the king over. They blocked with the queen, which I will take. I assume they will take with the pawn. And then I just have to move this knight maybe here, where it attacks that pawn. They're coming forward with a kingside assault. I'm going to take this pawn. I'm aiming at the bishop. I'm up 5 points of material, so that trade would be good for me. However, that's an even trade, and this is just going up a whole pawn and not giving anything away. I think I will do that. Okay, I will make that trade. I need to get some rooks to these open and semi-open files. Can I check immediately? Not yet. Let's go ahead and put a rook on this open file. I would like to attack that rook, but it's just going to move over. That's not going to help anything. Let's see, I have a dark squared bishop, so maybe I should start putting pawns on light squares. How about that? That's always a good idea, right? Oh, and they just went to attack the pawn that I just moved. But now I can fork the rook and the bishop, and I will surely get a bishop out of this. That's my plan, is to trade for this bishop. And they can get a pawn out of it, but if they do, then my knight will get away, I think. So let's go there. And then I can just move the pawn or protect it, but I think moving it is better. I was about to put them on light squares anyway. The rook has come forward for unknown reasons. It's too bad I don't have a light squared bishop to, kind of skewer all of that, but I don't. I think it's time probably to move this rook up here and then bring the other rook over behind it. Oh, they've given away this rook here. Well, I still want to move my F rook to behind on the D file to D8, so I'm going to take this with my king, and maybe they'll check me there. Oh, they didn't. Okay. I'm going to put this rook where I wanted it, and doing very well now. Well, now I think I will check with this rook instead of letting it be taken. Where's the king going to go? It's going to go back there. My king is not in danger of being back rank checkmated, so I say let's go ahead and bring this rook up here, and we can start cutting off a bunch of files from that king. Okay, it has moved over. I can check it with this bishop. I don't know if that does any good, but first I wanted to take this pawn and, maybe get a checkmate here in a second. Okay, that rook has moved back. That does not seem advisable, although it is, defending against the check I was thinking of. But now I'm going to get this pawn. Pretty soon I should have a checkmate incoming. Oh, they've given away that rook. I will take it, and now we have a checkmate incoming. There we go. Okay, that was 32 moves. That was nearly 3 times as fast as the time that I played it a couple of days ago. 3 days ago, whenever it was. So I'm not going to run the game review on this one. I probably did miss something or make a mistake here or there, but as you saw, the bot just started giving away pieces. It was very easy. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the knight is rated 850. I did play and fairly easily beat that one in the previous video. I'm going to do that again. Hopefully fairly easily beat it, but I am going to play it. I have to go first. I'm going to play e4. Depending on... Okay, I was going to say depending on what the bot responds with, I was going to play the Vienna, but this is not the Vienna anymore. Now it is the Pirch defense. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this pawn out like I would in most Viennas, and they're going to do that. What? Is that a good idea? That can't be a good idea. What is the plan there? If I put the knight out, is it going to go forward? Why don't I take the full center here, and then if it takes there, I can take with this bishop. Oh, it's going to go up here where the bishop is protecting it. Okay, did not expect that exactly like that. What if we undefend that pawn by blocking off their light squared bishop's approach to it? Oh, they've given away their light squared bishop. I will take it, and then I will take this pawn very soon, but first I'm going to take that one and see what they do. Oh, they're going to let me check with the pawn, and they have to move the king. I'm not sure if that's good or not, but I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to take this pawn since they are not protecting it anymore. And they've given away the knight. But before I take the knight, should I check or something? I'm not going to check here because they can just block that with the pawn. I could check a couple of different places with the queen, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Or should I just take the knight? I feel like I'm opening myself up here. My king is really open right now, and I've lost 3 center pawns, but I need to start getting... Yeah, see, that was coming. I'm going to get the bishop out to block that check, and then maybe get the knight out. I really don't want to block my queen from defending that because I think they're about to bring a rook over. But I think if they did that, then I could put the knight over on d4, and then I would have a bunch of pieces defending here. So preparing to castle. They can have that pawn, I guess. Oh, they did do that. Okay, then I'm going to do the thing that I said, which is put the knight here so I have extra pieces defending that bishop. If attacked my queen, I don't think it's that bad. As long as I don't check here, right? Okay. I'm just going to slide it back 1 and then castle as soon as possible. Okay, I will take that free bishop and then I will castle. They're really, really trying hard to keep me from castling, like giving me pieces. This one is self-destructing more quickly than the previous one. Now I will castle and then maybe do some checkmating here. Oh, the queen took that pawn that I said they could take earlier. Oh, my knight's undefended. What if I check first and then save the knight one way or another? See, too bad that's not a check. What can I do? Oh, I can just take the rook. No, their queen's guarding that square. I can move my queen over and check like so, and then see where their king goes. It went there to keep protecting the rook, which I was about to take. I still can take him up 14 points of material. My knight is hanging though, so should I move? Oh, my knight's pinned. My knight's pinned. That solved a bunch of problems for me. I was wondering what to do, but the knight is pinned. What if I check and protect the knight at the same time? That worked out well, and then I'll take this rook, maybe get this knight out here. Yeah, I think I want to get the knight out now. Maybe here, I'm aiming at that pawn, and I'm going to bring this rook over to aim at their queen. They've given up their queen. I will take it. Then I'll take this pawn. My rook is keeping their king in a little corner there. I need to figure out how to checkmate it pretty quickly. Let's see, what is the best way to checkmate this king? Knight and knight. That's 2 knight moves to a check, or I can do that check first here. So let's do that check. The king has to go to one of those 2 squares. And then if I check with this knight, it will have 2 choices, but it does have legal moves. So let's do that. My rook is still cutting off the entire F file, so the king has to go over there. And is there a mate? Is this checkmate right now? Because they can't come out? I think that's checkmate. 27 moves. Again, I beat the second bot faster than I beat the first one. And both of those games total took less time for me than just the one game, the first game last time. Well, now I finally get to play the third one, and just fair warning, I don't always beat the third one on any given month. This one's rated 1375. That's within my range of bots that I can beat, but I sometimes have trouble with them. If I remember correctly, last month I had the third bot beat, but then I just messed up during the end game and gave away a piece. I don't have 2 defenders on that square anymore, so I'm just going to take that and then... no, I just gave up my rook. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, I just gave up my rook. That's not very good. I'm going to aim at this. And then it ended up just, tearing me up after that. But I'm going to switch because I'm trying to rotate the colors here. So anyway, I'm going to play with the black pieces against the bishop, which is rated 1375. I don't do well with my bishops. By the way, I don't know how that will affect this game, but we have the English opening. I guess I'll play the symmetrical variation until then. Now what is it? Is it still the English? I don't know if it's still the English or not. Well, I feel like the queen just jumped in there for no reason, because now I can go here, which is a pretty decent spot for the knight. I guess I will. See where the queen goes. It went back. Okay, so that was a wasted move. It would be nice if I had a bishop guarding that square, but I don't. But I can put this bishop here and aim at that pawn, which is now defended, but I'm, headed that way anyway, so let's do it. I kind of want to get this knight out, but then they're just going to push that pawn, so I should get this pawn out first and then get the knight out. Oh, they just took that knight. Okay, I didn't know they were going to throw away their knight so quickly, but they did. You know what? I'm going to have a bunch of doubled pawns, that, I guess, after this. Oh, they didn't take. Okay, well then I'll take theirs. I thought they were going to take, and I was going to have to use my e-pawn for it. I did like having a knight in the middle, but that didn't work out for us. Let's see. I guess I will fianchetto this bishop to guard that center pawn. Oh, they're going to check first, which I have just lost this game. Oh my. Maybe they should have done that last turn and they were giving me a chance. Yeah, I was just going to fianchetto and castle, but now I've lost the game because I have to block with my queen. Or, I mean, I could block with my bishop, but they're just going to take that, and then I still have to block with my queen. So I'm going to block with my queen first, and they will take it. Okay. Yeah, I have lost. Oh, excellent. I don't have to block with my queen that time. They're going to... Oh, I thought they were going to take that pawn. They didn't. Now they're going to take that pawn and aim at the rook? No, where are they headed? Just going to go back and... Oh, go back and forth for just a little bit. I would love that. We're going to do that? No. I thought they were going to keep going back and forth. But now they're aiming at that pawn. What if I protect it like I originally intended before I didn't notice that they could checkmate me? I don't know what to do about that either. Because now I have to block with the bishop and it's going to take it, and that's checkmate. Okay. Wow. I didn't resign, if you even can resign against bots, because I try to stay out of the habit of resigning and make it play to the end, and you saw it almost repeated on me. I am going to run the game review and see if the mistake was where I didn't notice that they were about to check me with the bishop. It was way here. Okay, that was inaccurate. If we go to the analysis board and back up one, is that where they should have... Well, this is where they should have checked me by taking the knight. Okay, so they didn't miss this because the pawn was in the way. Okay. So because they just moved the bishop up 1, I was not supposed to take their knight. It was a mistake to take the knight. Okay, and I was behind ever since I took the knight. And that's because, but only if they take with the c-pawn, which they did, and that allows this. Okay, so this is the mistake that really lost me the game, although that one put me behind for good. So I shouldn't have taken the knight because it opens up the path for the bishop, and now I have to do something about this, and the thing that I have to do is play e5 or queen to d7. But I'm still behind. I don't know why, but I am still behind. The only thing I can think of is that they have a little bit more space than I do, protecting squares on my side of the board. They've got 4 squares on my side of the board with just those pawns, not to mention their bishop hitting over here and here. So 6 squares, 7 squares on my side of the board that their pieces can see right now. And I've got these doubled pawns. I am guarding a couple of squares on their side of the board, but it's kind of ineffectual right now, and I don't have a good way to protect that pawn. Okay, so I guess that's why they're ahead right now, but they go really far ahead if I don't see this coming. Okay, I understand that, and I didn't see that coming very clearly. This is where I decided to fianchetto the bishop, so I played g6, and whether they check with the queen or the bishop, they're up +5. The bishop is slightly better, because if they check with the queen, I'm going to block with my queen, and then they're going to put their bishop there, and it says I would put my bishop here, so then they're going to take my queen, and I'm going to take their bishop, and then their queen's going to run away. Probably. No, their queen would not run away. It would take this pawn. Okay. It doesn't matter, but playing the queen over there doesn't make sense when you can do the bishop first and don't even need the queen over there. And as soon as I saw that, I knew I was cooked. I guess I get it. Let's back up to the point at which I went behind, which was right here. I was very, very slightly ahead, but we will call it even. If I had played knight to d7, All right, I don't know why I would have played knight to d7 here, but I definitely shouldn't have taken it and helped them. That's the thing. Okay, well, I said ahead of time I don't always beat the third bot because 13, 14, 1500 range is at the point where I start failing against bots. But I just wanted to do those first two again, especially the first one, to show myself that, I'm not a complete moron, because that's what it looked like the last time I played it, and I began to wonder if maybe I just don't even know how to play chess. But yeah, I think that bot played a lot better last time. Anyway, thank you for spending your time here. Let me know how you do against these bots, or, any other bots or chess in general. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.